we have a very special edition of the Wealthy Network Marketer Show. Part 2 is where Jack Delosa interviews me about the network marketing industry. For him, he's all about building businesses, building engines, setting up systems in businesses, building really good core foundations in business, but he loves the concept of what I'm doing, being able to be that lifestyle entrepreneur with complete and utter freedom, and he wanted to explore what all the possibilities were in this industry. So throughout the interview, we're going to be talking about why this industry is booming, some key statistics about the industry in general to give you belief. So if you're in network marketing or you're looking at this industry, you're going to get some extreme value out of this episode. So sit back, grab a pen and paper, enjoy, and as always, we'll see you at the top.
Facebook, something a little bit different today. We're going live with a good friend and colleague of mine, Mr. Craig Schulze. Now, this man is a lifestyle entrepreneur. So often on this channel, we talk about how to build structures and engines that can scale beyond you. Craig comes at business from a very different paradigm, and he's someone I respect because he's been incredibly successful going down that path. This man has a business spanning 100 countries. He's a multi-award winning personal trainer. He's spoken on stages to audiences of over 15,000. He's got an incredible property portfolio. We're here in the Yarra Valley at the moment with our Entourage Elevate members, which is our elite circle of entrepreneurs. Craig brought his beautiful family with him. I'm envious of the beautiful family that he's built along the way, particularly his daughter Zoe, who's almost 6 months of age, and her and I have become incredibly connected to one another, which has been a beautiful component of the weekend. But this guy is created success in a very holistic sense. It is therefore somebody that I want to amplify to this audience because I know so many of you will draw inspiration and insight from it. Craig, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Jack.
Talk to us about your story, mate. It's unconventional, it's counterintuitive, and you know you've become incredibly successful in doing it.
Yeah, I guess for me, entrepreneurship happened from a very young age. I grew up in a small mining town on the west coast of Tasmania. It had around 1,000 people, and I had to leave home when I was about 15 years of age. And for me, I've always had to work hard for whatever I've got, and I've always had that entrepreneurial spirit to think really, really big. And but I did go down that traditional path of getting a good education. I become an engineer, but I worked in the corporate world for 2 years, and the model of trading time for money and having that fixed structure of turning up to work and you got told when you could go home, I absolutely hated it. So 5 years of university, 2 years into the career, I fired my boss aged 21 and embarked on an adventure where I set up a fitness club, and always look at that time as a scary moment. You know, it was like I burnt the boats at the time, and I had zero business experience, zero life experience at the time, really, to be running a business. But what I lacked in that area, my dreams, desires, and a will for success was, you know, quite incredible. So I set a gym. 3 years into that, I was a multi-award winning trainer. I built a great business there, but as all entrepreneurs want more, I was no different. So I went out and I approached the franchisor of the company to help master franchise the business. I ended up working with him on setting up over 20 franchises in Melbourne, where I live now. I own 5 of them myself, and around 2006 was where my life changed in a dramatic way. I read or listened to an audio book at the time because I'm a very slow reader, and that book was life-changing for me. It was called The Next Millionaires, and it was a book guiding people into the 5 key growth areas of where the next millionaires are going to be created. And I literally took that as, I'm going to be one of the next millionaire. I transitioned over a period of time into what I call, or what Jack would refer to now as a lifestyle entrepreneur. I built a business into 100 countries. I work from home. I've travelled to 60 different cities in the world. I joined the Entourage with Jack this year because I wanted to take my business to a new level. I wanted to learn the latest strategies on how you can connect with people, how you build businesses, and I guess amplify everything that I'd already achieved. I'd already built a multiple 7-figure business, and I wanted to take it to the next level. So that's sort of where we're at the moment.
Craig, you mentioned the Next Millionaires, and there's 5 key areas in that book that you've really, by design, built a business and a life around. Talk to us about those 5 key areas, because I do think that regardless of what style of business one is building at home, those 5 key areas are relevant to just about everybody today.
Yeah, look, going through that audiobook and listening to successful people and following the pathways of successful people, you will, that's the model you really need to do. Don't go and work it out for yourself, because it'll just take a whole lot longer of trial and error. So when Professor Paul Zane Pills put that audio book in play, he was talking about the money moving from the big corporations into these small home-based entrepreneurs, and the areas of key growth at the time were information-based businesses, wellness-based businesses, product distribution-based businesses, not product develop or product creation. It was product distribution. Find someone else's product that you can move, because people would create a product and then someone would create something cheaper, then someone would create something cheaper. So the money was going to be in product distribution. Online businesses, which from 2006, that's been a very big one, and the home-based network marketing, direct selling-based industry was one of the 5 areas. I got greedy and played in all 5 key areas and become one of the next millionaires.
So, talk to us about Jeunesse, which is the business that you're a part of, which, from a product standpoint, a lot of the different members here at the Entourage use them and have absolutely loved them. Talk to us about that business a little bit.
Yeah, look, for me, I look at my journey. I originally started selling nutrition wellness products to my gym clients, and I was making more money doing that than owning 5 gyms. My mind was racing on the possibilities. So Jeunesse come along for me in 2011, and they were looking to launch their business into Australia, and I thought, okay, I'll go out and do my own due diligence, and I'll meet the owners. I'll look at their whole operations, their whole systems, their whole product innovation. And the thing that captured my imagination was world-first stem cell technology taken to the market. This is like a mainstream science, and I had an opportunity to be a messenger for that research. And I said, if that product works at that price, because everyone wants to look as young as they can for as long as they can, it was going to work in a big way. And the story's been written now where Jeunesse, was the fastest company in history to do $1 billion in a calendar year. It took 6 short years to do that, which was on sort of target with the eBays and the Googles and the Facebooks for their first $1 billion year. For me, my life changed in a dramatic way by identifying timing and putting a good plan in place.
Yeah. We often talk about how there used to be a real stigma. Jesus Christ! There used to be a real stigma around network marketing in those style models. Whereas I think and that's for obvious reasons. Young kind of rookies going out and perhaps prospecting in a way that's not overly elegant, if you like. I put that as diplomatically as I can. Whereas at your level, it's kind of it's a different world, and the other thing is that over the last 5 years, that stigma has really dissolved to a large degree. Talk to us about the transition you felt over that period.
Yeah, look, I mean, as a personal trainer owning multiple gyms, I had someone knock on my door every single day saying, "You're a personal trainer, join my business, and you're going to make all this money." Now, like anything, and you do anything, if you join something or buy a coffee shop and don't open your door, you won't make sales. So if you join a network marketing company and don't do anything, you won't make anything. So that people often go out and operate with low-level skill and nearly pester and badger and approach people in a really, low class level, and then all of a sudden it's the company or the opportunity's fault for that person that joined and hasn't had any success. This industry is a $180 billion industry that's been going for 100 years, and there's 10,000 plus different companies in the industry. People now approach me with opportunities and say, don't worry, it's not network marketing. I say, I'm out. I only do network marketing because it's low risk, low entry level, high leverage, high, endless possibility. You can create complete time and financial freedom from this industry. The key to it is finding the right opportunity at the right time, and because time is your most valuable asset in life, treat it with respect, and you do a due diligence process at the same level you would do as if you're going to invest $1 billion in a company.
Right, 100%. If we broaden the conversation a little bit to entrepreneurs running any style of business, one of the things I like about your message is you talk about lifestyle by design. Talk to us about what that means and how anybody watching this can really create a lifestyle by design.
Yeah, look, let's transition out of my industry, but my philosophy for a long time has been about creating leverage. One of my very, 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 very first mentors, age 21, I met him by chance through training him as a personal training client. He took me under his wing and taught me everything I need to know, and he said, make sure every business decision you make, it's got leverage attached to it. And leverage time, leverage money, and most importantly, leverage meaningful relationships. So develop and nurture relationships and leverage, because one conversation can change your life in a dramatic way. So, I've always had that as a key core principle for me. So it doesn't matter whether I'm building a gym again, it doesn't matter if I'm building a property portfolio, I always put 5-year plans in place for lifestyle by design. So it might be a savings plan, it might be you're not good at, you're building up all this credit card debt, it might be whatever it is, you take one step forward every step of the way and get good at saving, get good at investing. So you've got to be working on building leverage into your lifestyle, because we are given one shot. We want to, control what your perfect day would look like. And an exercise I challenged the group yesterday with is, you are in this group for major success. And I said to Jack and all the other entrepreneurs on the retreat, I said, imagine your absolute money doesn't matter, time doesn't matter, business doesn't matter, dream situation in 3 years, and you could take your family on that holiday or give some sort of experience, whatever that is for you. Now, if you work back from that, make that your holy grail goal, a 3-year plan to be able to do that, and it's no excuses to achieve it. That's what people need to be doing and inspiring to do on a daily basis. I have perfect days every day.
It's a beautiful thing. That also lent itself to another conversation, which is around a 5-year plan, which is a core part of your philosophy. Talk about how does one create an effective 5-year plan and why?
Well, I guess you strip everything all back, and 5 years, I guess the 40-year plan is getting a good education, getting a good job. If you're effectively dying at 23, make it official at 80. That's that's true. Like, there's a lot of people that get to retirement and they're broke. They're dead, absolute dead broke. So that's one option, but that's not for me. I want to create good success, good plan, and 5 years I think is a really good model to do it. So you've got to get good at time management. You've got to have a really good, clear, rock solid plan, and you've got to execute. So you've got to make a decision that you're going to commit to that and then follow through. And some of the things that you're going to have to do is get out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to go and meet more people. You're going to have to grow as an entrepreneur. You're going to have to make sacrifices. So Sunday morning we're here. Actually, last night I did after our retreat, I made sacrifices for a night on this retreat. I did 3 one-hour webinars to the African area because I had a new distributor coming into my business. That was a sacrifice that I had to make a decision on doing because I want more. All right, so you're going to have to make sacrifice for success, but just follow through.
It's a beautiful message. What I love about what you've done, mate, is as I said in the introduction, is you've created a business and a lifestyle that's holistically successful. And I think are a good example for those that might feel a bit imbalanced in some areas of their life to go, okay, if I was to create my life, my business and everything within it by design according to who I am and what I want to create, then, you know, go out and actually make it happen. I think you're a good example of that. For people that want to follow you, continue this conversation, where do they find you?
You can follow me on my Facebook. My website too is craigschulze.com, which I'll get Jack to put in the notes.
Put it in the comments below.
The comments below. But on there, I've actually created an audio book called Create, Leverage and Become Unstoppable. And that there is my 20-year journey on creating lifestyle through experience and sharing, you know, the importance of mentors, the importance of leverage, the importance of, you know, working towards a really good plan for success. So if you do want to learn a bit more about that, I dive quite deep into that using my personal stories. So craigschulze.com, follow me on social media. You often see me with this great man because, you know, I've learned a lot, you know, just through, you talk about growth, success, and I guess achievement. I come to Jack December last year because I wanted to amplify my business. I built a 7-figure business with effectively out the internet. And I wanted to learn that off him and, you know, his entourage. Education and support groups and the people in it have been quite incredible. So, you know, that's a great testament to yourself.
You're an absolute example of what's possible, mate. Thank you for joining us.
Cool.
Legend.
Thank you.